Good morning. I'm Rod Baker with God and Rod. And I've got some driving to do today, so I thought I would take a moment and share some things with you. As usual, I usually start off with some sort of question or maybe end with some sort of question. So I guess the question I pose to you today is that, do you value yourself? Do you value your time? Do you value your energy? Do you value your morals, your ethics, your wisdom, your money? All of your tools. Do you value your tools? And, a lot of times we find ourselves giving to others or lending to others that are really not worthy of our valuable time or energy or money or, wisdom. As I do these videos and as I talk with you guys, that's really what I do. What my occupation is talking to people. I know it sounds funny. I know it sounds strange, me talking to people. But it is what I do. Anybody that's in any kind of profession where you're building relationships, communication is key. That's for sure. Key to at least that being a good relationship, I believe. But more than that is, the attitude that you have towards yourself is what you put out to others. Those of us that love ourselves and think well of ourselves, it's easy for us to love and think well of others. It truly is. And so what I find is when I'm working with people, I love my neighbor as I love myself. And the benefit of that for me is no matter, if they start treating me as if I'm irrelevant or I'm insignificant or negatively, if they start treating me that way, that's a pretty good sign of what they think of themselves. So how I'm treating you is a good sign of what I think of myself. If I'm holding you to a higher standard, if I'm being encouraging to you, if I'm being uplifting to you, if I'm motivating you, then that's the way I treat myself. Now, I'm not talking about a bunch of phoniness, I'm talking about real, legitimate behavior. My strength comes from God. My love comes from God. I have a concrete relationship with my Creator that nothing else can come in between. And though I've had people in the past try to come in between that relationship between me and God, the truth of the matter is they're still sitting on the side of the road somewhere where I left them. They probably still really are sitting on the side of the road somewhere where I left them. But those that encourage my relationship with God, that want to join in that relationship with God, that's inspiring to me. Those are the kind of people that I love to not just allow in my life, but share my life with. Share my assets with. My resources with. I've got a brother who, you know, in all legalities and actualities of it, he's my cousin, but he's as much of a brother to me as my other two brothers, and you know, and we've known each other all our lives, and I've been watching him heal. He was in the he was in Special Forces for a long time, and you know, being in that battle mentality for 20-something years, it's hard to shift. When we deal with difficult relationships for a long time in our lives, we get in that battle mentality, and it's hard to shift. For those that have overcome that battle mentality, where, you know, because a fight only happens when there's two people fighting, or when there's, you know, two different sides fighting. If one's not fighting but realizes that they have the power to do that, then you've only got one person out there acting like an idiot. You don't have two. That's really been a mature development for me. And so on the physical plane, you know, you're always going to reap what you sow. What you plant, you shall reap. And so if you're kind-hearted and you're loving and you care, there's not anybody, narcissist, I mean, sociopath, psychopath, all that, they really can't have the effect on you that they're trying to have, because you love God and you love yourself. And it's not that that's a defense. It's not. You know, your level of consciousness is just so much higher. What they do doesn't affect you, no matter what. And thus, you find peace in the midst of their storms. So those of us that find ourselves valuable, that love ourselves, it's the greatest thing we acquire is peace.